Justin and the Best Biscuits in the World, Chapter 10. At Last, the Festival. When Justin awoke, Grandpa was already up. Justin jumped from Grandpa's big bed. The festival starts today, he thought. Quickly, he put on his clothes and joined Grandpa in the kitchen. Already a fire crackled in the big stove. While Justin put eggs on to boil for breakfast, Grandpa got busy making biscuits from ingredients he had placed on the table the night before. Grandpa planned to enter the best biscuit competition at the festival. Turn the page. The rule stated that all biscuits entered must be in the judge's hands by 11 o'clock that morning. Can you cook them there? Justin asked. Oh, no, we must cook them at home, Grandpa answered. But who will say cold biscuits are good, Grandpa? Why, that's something to think about, son. Maybe we should arrive at the festival at 5 minutes before 11. At 10:30, Justin and Grandpa raced to the fairgrounds, where the festival took place each year. The biscuits in a heavy hot iron skillet, carefully wrapped in towels to help keep them hot, rested in the back of the truck. The streets were crowded with people from the town and from the neighboring farms. Banners waved all over announcing events. Colorful posters with bucking broncos splashed Bill Pickett Rodeo ads everywhere. People moved up and down streets. Car horns honked. Friends greeted one another. Justin wished Anthony was with him for the fun. Traffic slowed them down. 10:45. A clock at a savings and loan bank flashed the golden numbers. Justin wondered if they would make it. They were not near the fairgrounds, and they had only 10 minutes more. Grandpa kept his eye on the road, driving carefully and seemingly not a bit worried. But the traffic now moved more slowly than ever. Soon they reached a stretch of road that led out of town into the country. Grandpa picked up speed. Still, Justin worried that they might be late. Finally, the long metal building near the rodeo stands came in view. Its round dome like shape glistened in the late summer sun. Quickly, Grandpa parked the truck and carefully removed the biscuits from the skillet and placed them on a paper plate. He covered them with a gleaming white napkin and rushed inside. Justin grabbed a lone biscuit left in the, turn the page, skillet. It was still warm and ever so delicious. While eating it, he ran after Grandpa, who was already nearing the far end of the long building. Justin pushed through the crowd after him, hoping Grandpa was not late. At 10:59, Grandpa handed his biscuits to a pleasant looking lady. She sat behind a table with covered plates of biscuits around her. You just made it, she said and smiled at Grandpa. I'm glad too, Grandpa said, returning the lady's smile as he filled out an entry form. The judges will announce their decision this evening, the lady said. That late? Justin asked. They'll be cold, Grandpa. The lady laughed. The judging will begin in a minute. It's the decision that will come later. Justin smiled, relieved. He wished he could get a glimpse of some of the biscuits there under cover. But whose biscuits could taste better than Grandpa's? He knew Grandpa would win. They moved with the crowd looking at things that had been made by people in the town. All kinds of needlework, quilts, knitted sweaters, scarves, and afghans on display, looking inviting. Some had already been judged. Blue, red, and white ribbons announced first, second, and third place prizes. Justin wished he could take his mama a beautiful quilt with a big green and gold star in the center. But none of those lovely things were for sale. There were so many things displayed: photography, woodwork, A big model airplane floating from the ceiling surprised Justin. Wow, he thought, that'll get a blue ribbon. Soon, they came to the display of desserts. Justin had never seen so many scrumptious looking pies, cakes, brownies, and cookies. He thought of Hadia and wished she had entered. She'd win for sure. The pie eating contest was just about to start. The judges stood ready to determine who could eat the most pie the fastest. Justin stretched up as tall as he could, turn the page, waving his hand, trying to attract the judge's attention. He knew he could eat a lot of pie. A judge pointed at him. He entered the competition. A whole chocolate pie in front of him did not dim his enthusiasm. Quickly, he ate one piece, two, three, but when he glanced at a boy next to him, he almost choked with surprise. A whole pie had been downed, and all but one piece of another. If only he hadn't eaten so many biscuits for breakfast, he thought as he finished the last piece on the plate. Another pie was plopped in front of him, but before he could finish the first piece of it, the buzzer sounded. Time up. The boy next to him had eaten all but one piece of his second pie. He won only second place, though. The winner had eaten two whole pies. You did good, Justin said to the winner next to him. The boy sighed, held his stomach, then placed his head on the counter. Don, a lady said, putting her hand on his shoulder. You all right? Oh, Mom, Don said. We had better get a move on, Justin, Grandpa said, and led Justin through the crowd. Justin felt nothing but stuffed. He thought of the boy called Don and was glad the buzzer rang before he had a chance to eat more of that pie. He and Grandpa wandered through the big barn-like buildings, looking at prize-winning carrots, pumpkins, and squashes and tomatoes. Then they decided to go home and feed the animals. Later, they would return for the judges' decisions at the big dance in the pavilion. Darkness crept over the plains. Justin, ready to go back to the fairgrounds, waited for Grandpa downstairs. He wondered what was keeping him so long. Grandpa had finished showering before him, and Justin had been ready to go for a long time. Justin was anxious to get back. Other contests might be going on. Finally, Grandpa came down the stairs so dressed up that Justin stood surprised. Turn the page. Never had he seen Grandpa looking so sharp. The suede vest he wore had a deep fringe on a yoke in the back and front. His light beige shirt, fitted beige pants, and belt with a big silver buckle were just right with the rich brown vest. While riding in the truck, Justin sniffed a strange but nice fragrance. Surely Grandpa hadn't put on that smelly stuff Mama forced on him, Justin thought. Now he was glad Anthony was not here. What would he think about Grandpa wearing that stuff? Another whiff came Justin's way. It's not so bad, though, he decided, but he liked Grandpa best when he smelled like work, sweat, grass, soap, stuff like that. They arrived just in time for the cake baking contest. One contest had entered One contestant had entered 15 cakes, every one at a different flavor. Some of them looked too pretty to eat, Justin thought. The judges thought they were perfect. The woman who had baked them won a blue ribbon in every category. A girl as young as Hadia won second place for her lemon chiffon cake. Justin clapped and clapped for her. Then the judges came to announce the winner for the best biscuits. The lady chosen to do the honors wore a big flower on her bosom and one on her hat. She seemed nervous and dropped all the ribbons. Why doesn't she hurry up? Justin thought. His stomach felt weak. His hands were cold. He was now worried that maybe Grandpa wouldn't win. First place winner, the lady said in a loud, excited voice. Philip Ward Jr. Justin let out a yell. Grandpa smiled and rushed up to get a shiny blue ribbon and the certificate. The best biscuits in the world, the certificate said. Later at the dance, all the ladies crowded around Grandpa. Many wanted his recipe. Justin stood by holding the blue ribbon and certificate as Grandpa dance after dance with a different partner. He didn't know if the best biscuits or that smelly stuff had wooed all the ladies.